And let's face it, Yahoo is not exactly a conservative news publication. It's rather liberal in their slant. So when you have a liberal organization or a liberal news group talking about the way they were talking about it, it has to, well, it's probably a lot worse than what they're actually presenting. So, but I found it interesting, since we got on this topic, that is already happening. And it seems like there isn't an outrage for this. And maybe it's just because it's not being broadcast widely yet, but it would seem to me that people would be highly outraged that their local police department could now be taken over by the Justice Department out of Washington.
Yeah, well, here they come. They'll come from 1,000 miles away. That's part of the charm. So they don't know the area. They don't have alliances. They don't know beats. They haven't made friends. And it is the way of Hitler's way. It simply is. Bad stuff, brother. It's the next step on the ladder, of course, to martial law. Backpack and I have found with civilians, they really don't know what martial law is. We do because we've lived under it, around the world. But that's clearly the next step on the ladder to total control. In our sphere are several general officers, recently retired people from the CIA and other agencies, and they are all saying, independent of each other, often on our radio program, Voices of Global Freedom, that they know from their recent service that this is Obama-nation's plan. Whether he can do that or not, we'll see. Cleveland's a bad sign, though. It's a big step on the ladder, Rod.
There are lots of people who have been sounding the alarm about Obama possibly trying to institute martial law as a way for him to continue being president beyond his tenure, his stated term.
Yeah.
At first, I used to think, no, that's, you guys are kind of being a little overly sensitive about this guy. Yeah, he's bad, but really he can't be that bad. Well, I have to say, I have to eat crow because that's one of the rare instances where I have been wrong. The man is that bad. And I guess I didn't like to think that an American could be that bad, that evil. And frankly, that's how I describe. That's just pure evilness there. I mean, you don't care about your own people. You're only there for your own enrichment, your own enjoyment, and to do whatever the hell that you want to do, regardless of what. And we saw this with Obamacare. No, the vast, overwhelming majority of the American people didn't want Obamacare, so they passed it in the dead of night over a holiday week. So the American people couldn't really stand up and say, foul, because by the time they woke up on New Year's, hey, we got it. Well, we got Obamacare. And this seems to be par for the course in how he does a lot of things, and that he tries to sneak this stuff in there via executive order or via regulation. I mean, just this past holiday weekend, last Friday, another 2,800 regulations were dumped on us. On a Friday document dump. What is that? Yeah, that's not how you govern. That's how you rule.
Communism and Islam must crash a society they're going to take over. They can't take over Switzerland. Everybody lives pretty good there. So their first objective, per Engels' manifesto, is to crash the society that's in. They replace it then with communism. Backpack's got a great backpack-a-dote about what's happening to an officer here now. He picked up this morning.
So we're just seeing now that officers have recorders that are stored in the cloud in the servers in the sky, so to speak.
Cameras.
So they're walking around with cameras and recorders now. That's a new thing. And officers at first were not happy about it, but now they're starting to accept it and see the value in having that.
You remember the guy's story you told me about the house and being sued?
Oh yeah, unfortunately, one of our great officers, he was in a house, and the perpetrator, the bad guy, was hiding in the bathroom. So he rolled him up, handcuffed him, carted him off. Next thing he knows, the owner of the house is actually suing him in civil court, and this has been going on for 2 years now. He's unfortunately got this giant anvil of a civil lawsuit hanging over his head by the owner of the house. That is just unbelievable.
Rod, he saved the owner from becoming a hostage. Are you with me? From the bad guy. Takes the bad guy out of the house. The owner of the damn house, upper middle class, probably 700,000, I don't know, is suing the officer individually for coming into his house. You like that one, Rod?
What? That makes
Yeah.
absolutely no sense. No, that doesn't make any sense.
I know. But you get the wrong jury now. This is civil.
Yes,
You
this guy could
get the wrong
possibly
jury,
lose.
and the copper no longer has a house or a car. There you go. His wife will not be happy about this.
This is
kind
the
of
direction,
today.
the direction that we're fighting. And it's really going to take a concerted conservative effort to elect more and more conservative people, not only to the national level of the House of Representatives and the Senate, but also to the presidency, as well as Tip O'Neill said, locally, because all politics is local.
Yeah.
Guys, I really want to thank you for joining me here tonight. You know, I don't normally do this on my program, but it has been a genuine pleasure, and we really need to do this again because we're just about out of time for today. And I promise you, next time I will not be late to the microphone, so we'll have the full 2 hours instead of abbreviated 90 minutes because we definitely need. There's some other stuff I want to get into, but thanks for joining me, guys.
Well, we're eager to get you back on Voices of Global Freedom. Thanks for the opportunity to work with you, brother.
Thank you, Rod.
Thanks, guys. God bless.
God bless.
We'll be back here tomorrow, same bat time, folks. Same bat channel. Until then, I'm Rod Eccles. This has been the Rod Eccles Show. I'm out.